Hello, folks. Back with more ancient cosmography. Um, so I was comparing, as I was discussing this avatar from Lascaux, 30,000-year-old, 15 to 30,000-year-old avatar of Australia, but I was using a different photo that didn't show it very well, so this time I'm going to use this one. And so this is the back side of this bison or whatever it is. So great. Okay. And so I'm thinking that, obviously this shape matches very well. Like you have this part that kind of sticks out right before the tail, and that seems to be this part up here. And then it kind of goes down and then curls around like that. And it seems to be like there's a line here and a line here. So the line, one of those lines I think might correspond to this line of, a different type of terrain or vegetation or waterway or something that goes along here. That this would be one of those lines. That would be the internal line, and then the outer line is just the coastline. So this internal line would go from like here down to here or something, and then the external line is just all along the whole thing. And so the legs may be represented, they may represent these things here. It could just be both of these are the two legs. Could be that one or both of these are one leg, and then this is another leg, since the other leg is arguably further over. Yeah, hard to know. And in terms of this like spear, I'm not sure that there really is anything sticking out this side as being the hilt of the spear. That might be mostly symbolic, unless it's just this thing right here. I can't really see what else it would be. But the front of the spear seems to be an actual thing, like representing part of the landscape. And so let's see. So it seems to be this thing, as I was showing in my last video, and as I think I showed in a previous video months ago, that this spear, the point of it is probably that, because this is the part right here. So it basically is that part of the animal. And that's where this comes out, is right there. So, and then this would be the kind of blood and guts spilling out of him, I guess. I'm guessing that's what this means, is like his guts are like falling out, which could refer to like this area. And let's see. Oh, got it twice. So yeah, this is the spear. So you can see how it does have the part that points back. This kind of barb on it would be like this thing. This would be the point. And let's see. Okay, well, this okay, these are those peninsulas right here. So they're called useless loop. Okay, pretty funny name. Dirk Hartog. That's an interesting name. Monkey Mia. Monkey Mia. Shark Bay. So basically it's like Dirk Hartog Island. And I guess this is like a peninsula. And yeah, I'm not sure the name of this peninsula. And then this is called Doré Island and Bernier Islands. So this could be one leg, you know, potentially. But, or this, you know, these could be the two legs. Both of these could be a leg. One of these and this could be a leg. Both of these and this could be a leg. It's hard to know, you know, it's metaphor. So unless you, I mean, the only way to really know is to ask the person that painted it to what the key to the map is. But since the keys were usually, were probably often contained in spell songs, which are now lost to us, it's hard to know. And so this is the spear, and so it's a series of islands actually, like Wessel Marchenbar Island, Raragala Island, Drysdale Island, Wessel Islands, Inglis Islands, Gallywinku. So yeah, that's like just the specifics on the spear. Arafura Sea. And then this is, you know, this peninsula right here, I think, that sticks out and looks like a horn. It might be one of the horns on this. Is actually called, it's technically an island called Fraser Island here, also called Kagari, originally called Kagari. Yeah. And so yeah, and then this one, which is right around here, I think, is called Cape Range. So that could potentially be this leg. And, you know, it could include that little island there. And So this is what I was thinking could be actually the Australia's head. You know, I was thinking maybe the head is just this whole part in here, which it could be because you can see kind of a shape. I don't know if it's delineated with like rivers or what makes that different, you know, shape there. But I was thinking maybe that is the face of this animal. But there's also a chance that it's that his face is actually just this peninsula that's right on this coast right here. I think it's right there. So it, you know, kind of has a downward, you know, it points that way, it points down, and it has like arguably like a face and a horn. And so the other horn could either be Fraser Island or it could be something closer to this. So yeah, I could see that as being his face, being his head, because that's like in the later avatars in the Egyptian Book of Two Ways, where sometimes the head, oftentimes the head, the face will be something that's much smaller, but that's kind of zoomed in, like the head on Sicily being Favignana Island, or the head on Baja California being Cedros Island. Yeah. So I think that's I'm actually kind of leaning towards this now, that this is the head. Stuff. Let's see. This is something else that could potentially be a leg that's down there. I think it's like right here, or maybe it's right there. Yeah, I think it's like right there. Barrow Islands, and it kind of has this string of seamounts and islands. And so yeah, this is Yapun. I guess I should find out if there's a name of that peninsula. There probably is. Gladstone Central. So it's even possible that this is one of his horns and that this reef is his other horn. Since it actually does point the direction that you know, he has one horn pointing down and another one pointing up. So that would at least match with that. You know, all right. What's this? All right, so this, I was just realizing that this potential bird's beak is, let me see if I can delete any of these. No, of course not. So yeah, here's like that whole area. It shows like what maybe the head and one of the horns. And then the other horn could either be this little part right there, which is kind of like a, you know, does have a point on it that points backwards, or it could be this, or it could be Fraser Island here. Hard to know. So this was one of the possibilities for this bird here. So I'm not sure if it's like this is New Hanover here. So this is at the tip of New Ireland. And then this one is Manus Island. So, you know, this one would be like that's the tail there and that's the head. But it's hard to really know if that's which one it is and which orientation it is. All right. This is what happens when I put too much stuff on my screen. All right, I'm just gonna have to switch around to this, like, well, like, so these, you know, I've been trying to decipher all the figures in the southeastern part of the Tomb 100 at Hierakonpolis map, 5,500-year-old Egyptian map. And let's see. So, you know, I think this is like New Zealand with the two, you know, broken apart body and, you know, the weird legs. And this is like Papua, and this is, well, this is not even a complete thing. But anyway, this seems to be Australia. This seems to be Sumatra. This seems to be Kalimantan. This seems to be the Philippines. This seems to be Java. But it's like, so I'm pretty, I don't know, chances are that's what all those are. But now I'm moving beyond that. So this is on the other side of Sumatra. So I'm thinking that this weird shape here, it looks like a slug or something, might be this island here that is just on the other side of Sumatra. I'm not even sure what this island is called, but it does have a weird shape like that. So it certainly could be that. But then these other two, these are very, you know, relatively small, so I'm not entirely sure what they are, but there's got to be some islands around there. You know, this is one that I thought was probably Sri Lanka because it seems to be next to